Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and Icon is making some green tools. They've got a couple out already. They have a screwdriver set and they also have a little pick set, mini pick set in green. And they say they're sort of testing the waters to see if green is exciting enough that maybe they should come out with more green tools. Well, first of all, Harbor Freight comes out with all kinds of green tools. In fact, anyone who's been around probably knows about the green magnets, obviously green toolboxes and all the green toolbox accessories, such as this. In fact, they've got quite a few at fairly good prices compared to others. The U.S. General green magnetic bowls come in all kinds of different colors, but I don't know if there's any real testing that needs to be done. Other companies like Olsa have plenty of green tools. This is a OEM tool. OEM has plenty of green tools. In fact, this is an OEM light in green, kind of an inexpensive combination headlamp, magnetic lamp, area light. And it's a little bit different than the green on the Snap-on, but it's still pretty green. Well, the question is it worth going with green tools just because they're green? I say yeah. I've shown you a bunch. Here's one of Snap-on's new green-handled mini pry bars with the, not only, they call it a 90-degree bend, a little less than that, but also a magnet. Here's the new Snap-on magnetic brake retainer spring tool. The part number on this is the BST8G, and their brake spring, the brake retainer spring tool has always been this short little black handled thing, and now they've upgraded it. It has a spring compression area that includes a magnet, so your spring doesn't go falling away. It's a little different, longer handle, smaller handle, I guess longer shaft, but it's like $67. That's what you'd pay for this thing off the truck. Versus, everyone and their dog makes a little tiny, brake retainer spring tool. They've always worked just fine. Snap-on has files. I think I did a video on the chisel over here. They're getting into, well, this is a small triangle mill bastard file, about 4 inches in length. Here's a Nicholson, and you can see that the Snap-on green is just much more exciting. Is it worth the $23 that this costs compared to a, maybe a green-handled Nicholson? I don't know. It's up to you, but I do like it. I wish the Snap-on branding was a lot bigger. I mean, that's what I'm paying for, so shouldn't have to search for it. But when it goes to the other tools, especially the screwdrivers, the green, it's just, there's something about it. If you are into the green tools, that's what you want. I think Icon's going to sell a ton of them. So then the question now has moved over from, is Icon going to come out with green to what is green going to do to Snap-on? Because there are a lot of people who, kind of lock into a color and then they hope that color, is available in the tool that they want, or they special order it just in that color. Come on, admit it. That's what happens. But in reality, if Icon comes out with green tools, are the greenies in us going to just leave Snap-on because now we can get our green tools somewhere else? I know that sounds ridiculous, but there are a lot of people, and it doesn't have to just be green. It can be other colors as well, like purple, which is another color that Harbor Freight's exploring. They obviously do already have U.S. General purple things and a few others, but what if they had purple-handled tools? Would that cause the Matco folks to jump ship and go with Icon? Because now it fits in with kind of that motif. Now, there's an allure here. I did not need either one of these. Actually, I already had one of these, but they're green, and there's just something fun about green. And green is a color that, I kind of latched onto very early on when I started building out my screwdriver sets. By the way, you can get one of these. This is just a 1/4-inch driver with a green handle. This is about $47, if you can believe it, but that's nothing compared to the 3/8 version. This is nothing but a 3/8 hand driver shaft, no ratchet, no nothing. Big green Snap-on handle. There's the part number if you don't trust my work. It's $84 off the truck if you want to buy one for yourself. That is just astronomical. I love the green handled ratchets and the green hammers, but what's Icon's green going to do? Now, I haven't found any Icon green tools in the wild yet. I will, and I'll bring them onto the channel when I do, but I don't need to have them in hand to discuss what it might do to Snap-on, because whenever those green handled tools from Icon are discussed, or just that Harbor Freight might push the green side, there's a lot of people that jump up and down and say that will be the death of Snap-on. There won't be any reason to go with Snap-on once the green is gone. So, I don't know, you'd save a lot of green, but is it the same? Is there, I mean, there's something about the Snap-on. It's also Snap-on orange. There's something about that too. That's early imprinting in my youth, that Snap-on orange when it came out. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. If you enjoy Snap-on, buy Snap-on, would you switch if Icon came in green? Is that what's stopping you? You didn't like the black and red? You know, or is it just going to be more attractive? So maybe you'll be a little bit more, you know, open to getting an Icon tool. I mean, with the hammers, I could really see that take off, because those big red hammers at first were like, wow, that's so cool. Those are great looking hammers. You know, I've done videos on them, but if they had green hammers, it's an investment, but it's not that big an investment. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I do find that this whole discussion on a single color in the tool community is worthy of consideration, because it's going to affect things. I know there's a lot of impulse buying on the truck when people see a tool in their color, or especially, you know, some brand new thing in their color. And I know a lot of mechanics special order in specific colors, and that's deliberate. So, you know, what if there's another choice for your green? I guess I mean that figuratively and literally. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and throw in what color you are too. If you're into green, let me know. If you're into titanium gray or just black, or any of the variations that they've got out now, the pearl blue, or the pink, the white, or the pearl white. I'm just curious. Would you buy a tool just because it's that color? I know at times I have. Let me know your thoughts. With that, Doc out.